back to another Dino Dex video, and well, today we are kind of doing something different. Pretty much is, I've collected most, if not all, images from like inside of the show, and I am going to be trying to figure out which episode each one of these images come from, and see if we can get kind of a story for some episodes, and kind of guess which episodes these are. So this is going to be a little bit tricky, it's going to be a little bit hard since it's kind of hard to tell which episodes a lot of these scenes come from. I'm mainly guessing based off of what dinosaur they're dressed as, what pin Dex is wearing, certain characters just appearing in certain episodes, and mainly what Kayla's wearing, because she's the only character that actually wears something different, because Dex wears literally the same exact clothes in every episode, at least from what I can tell. So yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to tell, but there are some quite a few episodes which I believe I've gotten a bunch of images from, but there are also a few in which I actually have no idea where the images come from, and we'll get to those later on. Anyways, let's start with the first episode, which this is the thumbnail for the premiere of the first episode of Dino Dex. And of course we have the skeleton T-Rex and Dex and Kayla. Kayla's wearing a kind of a pinkish red shirt. Anyways, we have the second image, which is also from the same episode, except Dex is wearing a Dreadnoughtus costume. Interestingly enough, these are both the first episode. This is just part 1 and part 2 of the first episode. So, we're going to have to really look into this one. Honestly, again, let's jump into this. So first we have this image, which I believe is actually from the first episode. The episode of, and this is the scene of Dex and Kayla looking at something. And I believe, especially since we also have a scene in the trailer, which is of Kayla trying to break open, I assume, a geode. That this takes place in Kayla's garage, and that's where I believe that this scene with the skeleton T-Rex trying to get into a garage is actually from. They may be looking at it because they may have just escaped the thing chasing after them. We may also see other skeleton dinosaurs, possibly even see a skeleton Mega Raptor, but yeah. So that's why I genuinely think it's going to happen in this episode, though I think this is going to happen maybe midway through the episode. Anyways, we also have this scene of of Dex and Kayla being chased by the T-Rex. This episode, I believe, is actually a separate episode, but Kayla is wearing the same exact clothes, so who knows. But I do think this is a separate episode since, well, again, Dex is wearing the Dreadnoughtus pin in that episode, and this is he's actually wearing the Woolly Rhino pin this time, and they're in a Woolly Rhino costume. So again, I think this is going to be an episode centered around the Woolly Rhino, which I actually now believe is an Elasmotherium, but anyways. Now we move on to the pool episode, which this is probably the easiest episode to tell images from, since, again, most of the images are from a pool. So first we have the image of Mega Raptor jumping into the pool, which, I mean, is obviously from the pool episode. And I believe there's only one pool episode, so any episode or image of the dinosaur jumping into the pool has to come from the pool episode. So yeah, again, that Mega Raptor scene. This 2 Centaurus images / scenes that we see it swimming in the pool must come from the same episode. And the image we just got yesterday of the T-Rex roaring outside of a building, which I believe this is the pool. Since it does match up, like the background and the scenery, mainly match up with the pool. Though I think this probably takes place at the beginning or the end of the episode, since this doesn't look like the same exact area of the pool that the other images are from. It kind of looks like it might be a different area of the pool, but anyways. On to the next episode, which is this episode with the Mega Raptor versus Triceratops fight. I believe that this is... okay, we of course have this image, and you can't tell too much, but I believe this scene of Dex being pushed over by the Triceratops is also from the same episode, since, well, he's wearing the Triceratops costume like he is in the Mega Raptor versus Triceratops scene. And then there's also this image of the Mega Raptor kind of walking by, though this could really be from any episode that Mega Raptor appears in, but the background seems that it could also match up with it, but it is really not too specific. So of course it could really come from anywhere, but this is just one of the episodes it may come from. Then we also have this scene of them crouching and walking by. Kayla's wearing the same clothes, but this, again, could really be anywhere. But, and also Dex is not wearing a pin, which he's wearing a Triceratops pin in the other ones. He's not wearing a pin in this episode, so this could be like earlier on in that episode, and they may not focus the whole episode on Triceratops, so who knows. This, of course, could be that episode, though, again, it could also really be any other episode. Now we have this scene, which I really assumed was from the first episode of Dino Dex, since it kind of seemed like Dex may be reconstructing the T-Rex with pink colorations. But based off the fact that Kayla's wearing some completely different clothing, and also, again, I don't really see him holding any notepad or anything, so again, this could be from a different episode. Also, I don't think they're going to cram every single species in the first episode, so I don't know if Dreadnoughtus is going to be in the first episode. Actually, I take that back. I forgot Mega Raptors. He's actually wearing the Dreadnoughtus costume in the first episode. So yeah, of course this could still be from the first episode, but I do think this may be from a separate episode. So who knows. Then we also have this scene of the Meganera, or at least what most likely is a Meganera redesign. Also, I believe it's from the same episode since Kayla's wearing the same exact clothing, but again, this really could be from a completely different episode for all I know. And that's pretty much all for that episode. Then we have this episode, which is one of the other really easy episodes to kind of tell where scenes are from. This is the Super Dinos episode, at least I believe that's what this episode probably will be titled, since we have an episode that's listed with that. But anyway, the scene of Kayla flipping over Ankylosaurus is, of course, from this episode. Also, the scene of Dex in his own super costume, though we don't actually see him interacting with any dinosaurs yet. We also have the scene with Kayla next to the Triceratops. And then we also have the scene of the Dreadnoughtus pushing someone over, though I'm not 100% sure if that actually who that is, or if it even is from the same episode, since they're not matching any of the outfits from the other two character scenes. So this could be from a different episode, or from this episode, maybe a different person, or just an alternate costume. But really, I have no idea. But this is the episode it most likely fits into. Next, we have this scene of the Dreadnoughtus, I believe juvenile Dreadnoughtus, swinging its tail near Dana and Dex. And, I believe this is from the same episode as this image that we got of Dana walking away from Dex, since I believe she is actually wearing the same exact clothing as in the other image. And then same for this image with the Dreadnoughtus costume. These could be from the first episode for all I know, but this may also be its own separate episode. But again, we don't have too many good images to be able to say so. Now we have this image, this image, I believe, this is one of the earlier images we had of the Ankylosaurus. And we have Dex and Kayla dressed up as something, but it looks similar to the Megaraptor costume that we've seen in a few episodes. So I'm assuming that this is the Megaraptor-based episode, since, again, they're messing with the Ankylosaurus. But you'll be seeing how Megaraptor hunts. Also, the scene with the Gryphosuchus that we've seen so far is most likely also from this episode, since they're wearing the Megaraptor costume. And you can actually see the scene where you have the view from the inside of the Gryphosuchus' mouth. You can actually see that Dex is wearing the Megaraptor pin. So yeah, again, I believe this is the Megaraptor costume. Also, this early image we have the Gryphosuchus. I believe they're wearing the same costume. It looks like it takes place in about the same place, though. This is probably also from that same episode. Along with this episode is them roaring, and they're wearing, again, the Megaraptor costume, and he has the Megaraptor pin, so I believe that this is the Megaraptor episode. Now we have this one, this one's a little bit more of a stretch, but this is the scene of the Velociraptors running at the beginning of the trailer. Here's this image of the Velociraptors, in the first good image in the show of the Velociraptor. And, generally it doesn't tell much, but the scenery looks like it could possibly match, because I believe they kind of run near some stands, and it kind of looks like it's standing by one right now, so I believe that this is from that episode. And then this next one, we have Dana on the phone, and this may be from the same episode. This is more based off the next image. This is based off the next scene, which we're in the trailer right after the Velociraptor is running. You have pretty much her asking Dex what is the plan, and she never directly says Velociraptor, so this could be from a completely different episode. But I am assuming it's from this episode, though again, I could be wrong. Anyways, next episode. This isn't really an episode. Now we're on to the ones where I have no idea where they appear. But this one is one where I completely thought that I knew where it was from exactly several times, but every single time that happened, I completely changed where it's from. As of now, this is either its own separate episode, or this is part of the first episode, since Dex is wearing the Dreadnoughtus costume. So I believe that, again, all these scenes go together. The scene where Kayla is grabbing Dex from being grabbed from something, and the tail of the Dreadnoughtus costume getting pulled off, and also, again, the scene in the trailer where we first see the Megaraptor, I believe are from the same episode. Though it's interesting, because again, Dex is wearing the Dreadnoughtus pin, but Kayla is wearing a Megaraptor costume, so I really do not know. Again, this could be from that episode. It could also be from the episode Dino Tales, and they may be talking about, again, trying to see if dinosaurs could drop their tails, since that's the synopsis we kind of have for that episode as of now. So again, this episode is really confusing, but I think it's either from the first episode or its own separate episode. Next, we have the first scene we have of Dreadnoughtus walking by, and honestly, I have no idea where this comes from. I believe that's Dex and Kayla down there, though those may just be random people. If so, then there's really no clue to tell where this episode's from so far, but who knows. Next, again, we're back at the scene of them dressed as the Elasmotherium being chased by the T-Rex. I believe this scene from the end of the trailer with the T-Rex roaring could possibly be from the same episode. I'm really not 100% sure, but again, this also could be from the first episode or various other episodes. I'm not 100% sure again. And then we also have this image, which is the first image we had of the T-Rex, back when I was kind of questioning if it was a Tarbosaurus or not. But I believe this is also from the same episode as where the scene of the T-Rex roaring came from, mainly because the scene where the T-Rex is roaring, there's some sort of machinery or something of the type kind of there, and we also see some sort of something in the foreground. It kind of looks, I have no idea what it is, but it could also be part of the same machinery. But at the same time, Dex is wearing a T-Rex costume, so who knows? Honestly, that may be its own separate episode. And then we have this episode, which I thought was from the first episode, Chickenosaurus Rex, but again, I really have no clue since, again, the clothing is really confusing, and yeah, generally I have no idea. Then we come back to this crouching image. I just want to again mention, I really don't know. This could be from its own separate episode, or it could really be from almost any episode. Again, it could be from the first episode, could be from literally any episode, since there's really no clue, since we don't really see anything that connects it to the other ones. Then we have the image of the Shrevuya. I believe it's going to probably get its own episode, one episode where it ends up in the house and they're trying to figure out what it is, or they're just trying to capture it, or something of the sorts. Again, this could be from one of the other episodes. Again, the episode with the where they're standing by the T-Rex, it could be from that one. But again, I kind of feel like this is going to be its own separate video. I mean, some separate episode. But yeah, I have no idea. And yeah, those are pretty much all the episodes I kind of come to. Real fast before I end this video, I do want to mention something, and it's kind of referring back to my other video that I made, talking about the fact that there may be one more species we don't know about. And yeah, I just wasn't 100% sure there was actually 10 species being confirmed, since it was from an article and it had a few typos in it. But recently, the most recent post on the Dino Dana Instagram, with the new images, they did say that they are introducing 10 new species into the series, which means there is one that we don't know about, unless it's that Meganera thing, which may actually be a different type of prehistoric griffinfly. Otherwise, that is pretty much all I have in this video. What are your guys' opinion on how I put these together? Do you think any of these scenes are from certain episodes? Do you think they are from separate episodes? Again, the amount of episodes is kind of confusing as of now, so really it's confusing. So again, what episodes do you think these scenes are from? Do you think any of the ones I guessed are correct? And yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!